Can I take Toronto?
Of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of Toronto people you can go with.
Hey, Connor, remember we were having an argument right
Oh,
after
boy.
you made some very, very silly comments about one Josie Altidore?
They weren't
Sure.
really.
And we were comparing him to somebody. Remember we were comparing him to a nice little Englishman who came in for $8 million to play 19 games.
You're gonna go with him?
Absolutely. $8 million for 19 games just to send back to England. Toronto misses the playoffs this year, even though they had the highest market value of any club because of him. Bust. He scored 11 goals to do nothing. Again, this falls under the I'm gonna score goals but not do anything for my team. So he didn't do enough to get them out of where they were. Jermaine Defoe is a bust for me.
Did they sell him for anything?
I think it was a straight up for
Josie?
Josie, wasn't it?
Maybe.
So they bought him for 8 and then just swapped him for Josie. So it was like they bought Josie for 8 essentially.
Let me see. I'll look it up. Give me yours.
Mine.
I don't care. Whoever wants to go.
You go ahead, Adam.
All right.
You guys
So-
probably have the same one anyway, so just one person. say it.
Probably. Well, so I have two, but I'm picking the one I'm gonna pick has a very specific reason. It's because of the second one. So the player I picked was Julian de Guzman.
I already know where you're going with this.
Yeah. So the reason is Toronto's first ever DP signing was meant to come in, be that solidifying player in the midfield after a decent career in Spain. Had 2 goals in 65 games over 3 seasons, was injured a bunch, didn't do a whole lot on the field, was then traded to FC Dallas where he played 8 games and also didn't score. So he didn't do anything no matter where in MLS he played. However, the kicker that puts him on this list is that he went to the Toronto board and recommended they sign another player by the name of Mista. And yes, he was recommended by our good friend Julian de Guzman. He scored 1 goal in 9 games and retired half a season in and made $1 million and said, all right, I'm out.
That's funny.
So not only did de Guzman suck, he then convinced them to sign his friend who also sucked. So that's why I picked him.
Interesting. Connor?
I was on the same train of thought as
No
Adam.
shock there.
Yeah, no shock there. But I went with Mista instead of de Guzman.
It was either one.
But, Adam pretty much covered everything. Just how are you going to score that little goals as a striker? It's
They were
just
so bad.
not good enough.
So let me continue my pitch here and
Yeah, go
just
for it.
hear me out. How many games were played in MLS during the 2014 season? How many teams did we have?
I don't know. 50?
You wish.
One day.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know, like 8?
Yeah, we had. I'm gonna say we had. We played 30 games, right? Give or take.
Okay. So
He played 19 of them, which means he didn't play in 11 of them. He got paid $68,000 a week.
gross.
He made almost $1 million doing absolutely nothing.
You talking about
Jermaine
2014?
Defoe.
Jermaine.
Yeah.
Let me help your case even more. It's 34 games.
Oh my God. It's even worse.
Mm-hmm.
So that jumps it up to 15. Yeah, he made $1 million. $1 million. A little bit over that. Yeah, $1 million. Doing nothing. And then he also scored 11 goals, so I'll give him that he produced well. But $1 million for somebody not to play, plus another $2 million, $3 million to not make the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it's the fact even that he was so good. I should maybe not so good, but he was good outside of any time that wasn't Toronto.
Yes. So he completed 11 months of his 4-year deal. He signed on a 4-year deal that could have rose to £90,000 a week. Completed 11 months and then did a player swap. Hold on one sec. At 32 years old, they signed him at 31 years old to a 4-year deal.
Yeah, dude, welcome to MLS, especially back then.
And then
Was he a DP for them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sign somebody for 68K a week.
Yeah.
And they don't have numbers for Josie in terms. I think it was just a straight up switch, and Josie was bad at Sunderland. But yeah, it was Josie for Jermaine straight up. I think, unless there was something else that I can't see.
Let's say, in fairness, that Sunderland team was.
Anyways,
That's
I
a good.
I cannot feasibly see spending $8 million for 19 games not to make the playoffs and then swapping him for Josie Altidore, who has done very well and has been one of the 4 best players to ever play there. But just go sign Josie Altidore to start. Like, you don't need to go through the whole, let me lose $8 million on Jermaine Defoe.
Yeah,
That's fair.
that's fair.
Cool.
Yeah. The only reason I picked my guys was because he literally recommended another player who then also sucked. Like, that's a legendary move.
Like I said, I think we are finding some real good picks here.
Yeah.